is these unleashed dogs, man. I think I missed my turn. Yakking to you. Hope I don't get lost. I think I turned too late or something. These hills are gnarly. Now here's the decision point. I think I came from that way. And I just came from this way now. So I think my path is one of these two ways. Yay, I made it. Ellen's working hard. Wheeling and dealing her real estate. Today on the itinerary we have Liamuiga Natural Farms. It's gonna be like a tour of a farm where they grow their own food and stuff. They're gonna feed us. They cook in the clay pots. Old school. Let's take a look at our balcony.
Where we're heading, 1,542 feet above sea level. For the trail was expanded into a road to make it from point A to point B. And it's still being doing now. We will go over a slight bump. These are called sloops, which is a civil. Please be aware of a few branches that just might bear into the truck. As who's on the ground is a tubular crop. When it's harvest, it can stay edible for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Distinction that is dashi, the one with the green leaves, those are the edibles. Now coming up a little further, we specialize in providing jelly/coconut water to our confederation where we harvest the jelly in about 2 to 3 feet. And slide, but not nothing major. We give thanks for that. You might see a few down road. So when you get over on the west side, there is another one of those age-old mango trees on the outskirts of the...
Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? I'm feeling. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? And I'm feeling. Wow, wow. Duck. Bam. I want to love you. Treat you right. I wanna love you and treat you right. We jamming, won't you come jamming too? We jamming, won't you jamming with you? Liamuiga Natural Farm. zigzaggy band.
Pretty.
Really cool pattern. Thank you, Chaim. I just want to hold his hand. Here you go. Now, video, boom. Video, boom.
Side and it's out on the west side. They will start from the channel on the top of the mountain when it rains, and as it gets down to the base of the mountain, then it splits into a Y system, known as gut, and that will then make it to the right. But it's a relatively new form of agriculture. Back in the days, we used to call it a new culture. Today, they call it permaculture. And that's where you utilize everything is recycled back into the farm for some type of use or purpose. We don't discard most of the things here in the farm. We don't use no chemicals, no pesticides, no foreign agent, all natural. We hardly use machineries, so most of the work we do here is done by hand. So please watch the protruding roots as you come through, for we kind of leave them like a natural stair progression. And it also helps within the soil erosion protection, because as the water is coming through, the roots will basically hold back the topsoil from eroding or from being cut down as a knife. We are located on 25 acres of what we call fertile land. The word Liamuiga, which was coined by the native back in the days, actually means land of fertility or fertile. Here's where it starts protruding from the ground, but if you're looking up, this is where it ends, and this is where it will normally break. Then you'll see a bunch of these in the jungle just to stop. Natives will come up, they will take this down to lowland, cut it straight, but normally in a kind of a pyramid type of form, straight, and then they place 3 foot in the ground, 3 foot above, 6 on it, and they build a home on top of that. And back then we have what we call single family homes, and they make from some little small squares called shingles. And they would know, you see where that lady is standing right there? And I'm here. And let's go about maybe 15 feet wide. That's it. That's what I grew up in. And between here and here is a separation.
Wow.
And over here is our parents. And over there is the children. We're like 5, 6 of us over there, spread
Holy
out the
mackerel.
blanket, and we have a good time. You wake up in the morning, you got a foot in your mouth, one in your ears. But it was those are the good old days, you know. This is a staple here in the island. Meaning during the early 1900s, these were used as knobs to hold up 90% of the homes here in St. Kitts.
Oh, wow.
Very
Once
cool.
they're taken down to lowland, they could last over 100 and plus years.
Huh.
It gets very dense. They're known as dam and dew. Now, it's originally called damp and dew. Because of its location, it's mostly found anywhere above 1,000 feet of sea level in rainforest. And you know, between the evening time and the early morning time, there's a heavy dew that comes to this area. So the heavy dew keep the lower part of the trunk damp. So they put those two together, damp and dew. And over time, the natives drop the MP and just call it dam and dew. And some people refer to it as just knobs. For your breakfast. If anyone would like to use the restroom,
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Vickland.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well.
Welcome to Liamuiga Farm.
Let's see if you can follow the sign and find your way, even though I'll follow it.
Coffee. Oh, look at the fancy cameras.
We have a good 25, 30.
Hello everybody, I've been here for a couple days at the Marriott Bonvoy at St. Kitts, and I just got a little review I'm going to do. I'm going to point out, overall it's a great stay. This bed right here is the most comfortable bed I think I've ever slept in. I've slept better in the past couple nights than I have in a long, long time, but I'm going to just point out a couple things that Ellen and I kind of noticed, my wife. Ellen actually noticed this. She said, hey, the floor is wet in here. Overnight the floor got wet. And then what I noticed when she pointed that out is like, hey, it looks like there's some like water damage on the ceiling. So I don't know if it's the air conditioner that's always running. Maybe the pan is overflowing, but we think that's where a leak is coming from. Yeah, another thing is Ellen had a problem with her key. Yesterday I was hanging out at the pool with my son Alex, and she came to come in the room. The key wouldn't work. She said, I'll just go to the desk and tell them, and they'll address it. The lady's like, let me see your key. And she took the key. She's like, your key is fine. She's like, it's not letting me in. Well, what color does it read when you try to swipe it? It reads yellow. It is fine. I'm telling you, the key doesn't work. Go back. I'll go send security, and they will try. And then so my wife came back and waited for security. Security came, and they tried my wife's key, and it's like yellow. So yeah, your key don't work. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. Security let her in, and then she went back down and told them what security said. And the same lady's like, let me see your key. And she swiped it on her machine. She's like, it is fine. I'm telling you, it's not fine, is what my wife said. And it was just like an ongoing thing. It took a lot of effort for my wife to argue for a new key. It's like, does it really have to be that difficult? They have to go back to the desk like a couple times. And we're in the really back area of the Marriott. I think the little things that we're experiencing in this room, like that leak in there, which is not really affecting us, it's more them. And I'm going to show you a couple other things that are kind of janky about this area where they put us at. Is we paid for this with points that we got from our credit card, from my wife's credit card specifically, not mine. Her Chase Sapphire Reserve just transferred the points over, so we didn't really literally pay money for the room. So that might be a reason. This is a theory we have, a working theory. They're only here for like 3 nights, and we paid with points. So they probably stuck us like in the back area of the Marriott in the building where they're still like doing some work and stuff. Here's another thing. Just right outside our door, this dust pile looks like it was swept. It's been here since we checked in. So here's our room, and this is the door to get to our hallway. There's not even a door handle. This is the door where the door handle is supposed to be. This is it right here. It's not there. You have to stick your fingers inside the door to open it. That's the way it is. My fingers. And try not to cut my fingers on that thing. But that's a quick review. My key works to get in my room. But so I gotta go. We got a catamaran trip we're about to do, and gotta get going. I think they're here. My wife. So bye bye. Have a great day, everybody. That's my little quick review of Bonvoy.